My name is Pierre Chattard and I'm your MC on this late Barcelonian afternoon. So, let's begin with the Idol 4 launch. And please join me in welcoming the Chief Marketing Officer of Alcatel, Mr. Dan Berry. Hello, Dan.
Hello everyone, good evening. Wow, that's a lot more people than last year. I guess this is good. We have a lot of exciting things to share with you today. And I will start by going back 1 year ago. Last year, in that same venue, we were announcing the Idol 3, our flagship device at that time. And that's exactly 1 year. And before moving next, I wanted to give you a little bit of a recap on what happened since then. So, 1 year down the road, we told you that we were going to sell this device in 100 countries, and that's exactly what we did. The device has been very well received by the public, by the media, by you. We got, on that way, 6 awards. Awards in design, awards of best smartphone, so thanks a lot for that. Really appreciate it. This device has also been quite of a milestone for us. It's the higher price point that we have been reaching with our brand, and it enabled us to overperform in Europe and in North America. North America, which is a region where we grew a lot last year, and a lot thanks to the Idol 3. Another thing we did with the Idol 3 is to establish a presence in South Korea. That was a little bit unexpected, and that's a very good news as well. We created the Idol 3 to target a younger audience and to be able to show them that we could democratize innovation. And when we look at the users, we had the people who bought and used the Idol 3. We saw that 68% of them are below 35 years old, and 34% of them are below 25. So that's a very young audience that we had here. Another interesting set of numbers, still when we look at those users, where do they come from? Not geographically only, but which device they used to have before. We realized that more than 35% of them have been upgrading from a Samsung device. 10% of them are coming from a previous Alcatel device, but as I mentioned before, we'd never had devices at that price point before. So we had people owning an Alcatel device more entry-level before and upgrading to that one. And finally, 10% of our users were coming from an iPhone. And when I was in front of you here last year, I was saying we're going to deliver the same experience as the flagship products in a more mass market price point. This is exactly what those people recognized. 10% of our users owned an iPhone before. So, what did we prove with this Idol 3? We proved that we were legitimate to address the mid-tier segment at global scale. We did that. We have been engaging millennials and beyond. That was our target. And as this is what we are always doing, this is our positioning in the company, we have been demonstrating that democratizing innovation works. So that was the Idol 3. I want to take a little bit of perspective now and talk about the brand. Alcatel One Touch. 4 years ago, we were an entry-level player basically doing feature phones everywhere. 4 years down the road, we're a top global player. We have a portfolio reach of smartphone, tablets, wearable, connected devices. 16% of our users are under 18 years old. All over 76% of them, the bulk of our users, are below 35, half of it below 25. We are probably the youngest brand around. We have been the brand really favorite from the millennials, the youngest users. So what did we do during those 4 years to go from that point to this point? So So we have been pursuing this strategy, this positioning of democratizing innovation, but innovation that makes sense, not innovation for the sake of it. We have been giving access. That's a very important thing. When we say democratizing, this is not only making things cheaper, this is enabling people to do things, enabling people to do more, to create more, and to enjoy more, because this is what we're doing. We are not just packaging technology because it's available. We find the best experience going with that technology. And we have been engaging a younger audience, the millennials. So here I intentionally say engaging, not targeting or selling to, because we have been working with this audience. We have been involving them in every step of the thing. You will see later in our new logo, they have been involved in the design of our product, they are involved in the propositions, they are involved. So we are really co-working with that target audience. And I think this audience recognizes that, and this is how we see that we are this very young brand in terms of audience. So now it's probably a good time also to refresh that brand, because this brand has gained a lot of attributes during those past years, has gained a different positioning, and now it's time to simplify it and refresh it. Let me share with you a short video that is going to illustrate that. So, a new logo. Now simplified as Alcatel, no longer Alcatel One Touch. A logo that we have been designed and tested with millennials around the world. By the way, it's more than tested. We really co-worked that thing. I don't know how many steps we had and modified and adjusted. And finally, when we asked those people how they associated, which words do they use happy, interested, modern, fun, simple, innovative. This is exactly the attributes we want to have for it. It resonates well with our positioning, with our target audience, and with our mission. So this is where we stand today. 1 year after the Idol 3, all the success we had, the way we rebuilt the brand during the past 4 years with this new positioning and the new logo now. So probably it's also the right time now to bring the right successor to the Idol 3, and that's exactly why we are here today, and that's the Idol 4. So when we talk about an Idol product for us, it means premium and advanced experience, but it means also a lot about design. So let's have a look at the design. I think the Idol 3 was very nice, at least this is what our consumers have been telling us, and this is all the awards we got on design that have been proving that. But we really wanted to go the next step and bring more innovation into design. Here we're coming with a full aluminium body with curved glass on both sides. And in the back, we even have been doing a skin effect on the back of the glass. The design is still very pure and symmetrical as we wanted it, and it shares the same DNA as the Idol 3, even though it's far more advanced. And it's very slim at 6.9 millimeters. So that's for the design. You will be able to see it later in a real product. Last year, when we launched the Idol 3, beyond the design, beyond the capability of the device, there was that one thing about the reversibility. You could take the device upside down and still make calls, still use it normally. That was a very well received feature, and we wanted to see how much further we could go with that. So we created a reversibility which is now 3 times what it used to be. It's reversible left and right. What does that mean? It means that when you listen to music or watch a movie, you have the sound on your left and on your right. But now if you turn the device upside down, we made sure that the left remains on your left and the right on the right. Also, when you put the device upside down on the table, for example, we make sure that the sound still goes out. And finally, we still have our reversibility up and down as we used to have. So, with a very symmetrical design, very pure design, and all these reversibility features, that's really a device that you don't have to worry too much how you're taking it. It will work in the most optimal way in any direction. An idle product, this is about making sure that we have the best in-class capability and experience in terms of audio, display, camera. We wanted to make sure as well for the idle 4. Let's talk about the camera, the real one. We made sure to have an experience similar to a professional camera. It works in very, very low light conditions. But I think what really makes the difference is how fast the autofocus is there. It goes down to 0.1 second, meaning that you can really capture instantly anything. And you will see later that this is one of the use cases, one of the functions we developed. You will have the capability to, out of your pocket, even without switching on the phone, just push a button and start taking pictures. So for that, we needed a very, very fast focus, and this is what we get. When we talk about camera, and especially regarding the younger audience, there is one feature which is a must-have, which is the selfie. And we wanted to make that right. So first, we added a front flashlight on the device so that you can take selfies in dark environment. But we wanted to make the selfies more engaging than that. So, more interactive as well. So we created a way that basically when you're taking a selfie, either you're tilting the device or you're turning together with the device. And it will create an animation turning around you. From that, you can choose your best profile if you like and share it. Or you can share this animation as it is and basically have an interactive animated selfie to share. So that's a totally new way to redefine what selfie is, and of course with the best possible quality. So that's for the camera. Another important aspect of the device is obviously the sound. Idle 3 was very well welcomed for that, very powerful and sharp audio, and we wanted to make that even better on the Idle 4. We co-worked this time with two very large companies called Waves and JBL. Waves is a very well-known company in the professional audio industry. They are basically making the sound for most of the records you're listening to in all the studios. And they helped us to make the sound better in our device. And they developed for us this intelligent audio optimization. And with JBL, we made the audio system better. Now we are able to deliver a hi-fi 3.6 watt speaker system in the device. That's twice what we had in the Idle 3 in terms of power of audio, still hi-fi. And on the Idle 3, we were probably already the one with the biggest sound of the device around in the market. So, great sound, with the best professional companies having been involved to create really a flagship for the sound for that device. Now, the sound is here for one thing also, to listen to music. And for that, we have our one-touch music suite. Now it's reaching the second version of it. It's an all-in-one music solution. It enables you to discover music. We brought Shazam to the lock screen. You can identify whatever you're listening to, and it will guide you through other things that it will recommend. We have been curating playlists according to your profile so that it will help you to discover more things. You can treat streamed audio and local audio with a single one-stop shop solution. It doesn't matter, you just enter your credential and all your music from all your accounts is available. We are not the one delivering the content, we are making the music. We are bringing the music. And finally, when we thought about something which is once you have your music, how to interact with it. And that's something which is a little bit missing usually on a device. Here we are offering two possibilities. A mix deck, where you can mix automatically or manually between two tracks, and it can be even one streamed and one local or two streamed tracks. And another possibility, which is to remix track, to come up with this pads solution, each of them having sound, and you can remix your song this way. So you can interact a lot with the music. So that's what one-touch music is about, a new way to discover music, to identify music, to find all your music in one space, and finally to interact more with it, to mix and remix. Let's talk about the user interface. That's one aspect which is difficult to customize or to innovate. We wanted to make that more engaging as well. So what we created is to make those layers that you have on your home screen working better and more naturally together. So now they are layered in a 3D mode, and they interact one with the other. So as you can see here, even the lighting on the screen can interact with the icons on the screen, and you really have that feeling that you have a depth, that you have different elements playing together. We even brought something more advanced than that, a touchless interaction. The device will know as your finger is approaching, and as your finger is approaching, it will reveal some details that are more relevant to the context. And when your finger is getting away, then it will blur those details. So for example, your wallpaper is going to get crispier as your finger moves out, and blur as your finger moves close, because you want to see the icons more than the wallpaper when you try to touch something. So we have this whole touchless interaction implemented everywhere in the device. So all that makes it really a best-in-class device when it comes to all the regular usage. But we wanted to create something more. And that something more is the boom key. This is the boom key on the side of the device, that key in the center, with a warning sign on it. So let me show you a video illustrating what it does. So a lot of things going on with that boom key. Basically, whatever you're doing with your device, it is context aware. It knows what you're doing. You push it, and it will boost the experience relatively to what you're doing. It works all the time, from the standby mode to the VR mode. I will go back to the VR mode in a second. So, what kind of use case? For example, you're looking at your home screen, nothing happens. You push the boom key, and all of a sudden the display becomes brighter, and there is more animations, more dynamic, more interactions going on. You're calling someone, and the sound is not really great. You push the boom key, and it makes the sound louder. You're watching a movie, you push the boom key, and the sound becomes surround, and the display becomes brighter to enjoy a cinema kind of experience. You listen to music, you push the boom key, it will boost the bass and make the sound even bigger than it is. you're playing a game, and there will be a game embedded like this in the device, and it gets into a kind of boost. And finally, this is also the entry door to the virtual reality. As you have seen on the video, the device comes with a virtual reality experience, with a VR experience, which is in the box. And that VR starts with the boom key, and it changes totally the environment of the device and projects it into virtual reality. So that VR is actually something we deliver in the box. Let's have a look at what's in the box exactly. So the device is going to come in four colors of metal. It's going to come with a JBL headset to get the right sound not only through the speakers but also through the headset, and with a protective flip cover. But now, the VR in the box experience, what it is. By default, your device will come with a preloaded VR launcher that, when you put it in the VR goggles, will enable you by pushing the boom key to start the VR mode. It comes with a lot of preload, so the preloaded launcher, preloaded games, videos, photos, services, access to streamed or to download content on, and all that is made accessible through the VR goggles. And those VR goggles, they are not an accessory sold separately. They are actually the packaging of the device. So when you purchase the Idol 4, it comes in a box that you split into two parts by pushing that very large boom key on it, and one part of it will be the VR goggles. So not only we have boosted the whole experience of the device, but we even went beyond the display this time by delivering you this true 360 experience right out of the box. And all that comes with the device. There is no option, there is no accessory to purchase separately. So let's have a look at the two variants we're launching of the device. There is the Idol 4. Comes with a 5.2 Full HD IPS display, a very powerful Qualcomm chipset, octa-core, enabling until category 6. 13 megapixel camera in the front and 8 in the back, the hi-fi sound that I described before with the 3.6 watt. This version will come with 16 gigabyte ROM and 2 or 3 gigabyte of RAM depending on the country. Large battery enabling to have an uninterrupted experience for a full day, and just in case you need to charge, the latest of the quick charge to charge faster. The second version of it will be the Idol 4S, which this time comes with a 5.5-inch Quad HD AMOLED. And that's going to be fantastic with the VR goggles, because 2K display, even with your two eyes, it will guarantee Full HD on each eye, and it will be really a fully immersive solution for VR. It comes with an even more powerful Qualcomm chipset, the 8976, up to category 6 as well. 2.5D glass front and back for that one, 16 megapixel, an even better, sharper, brighter sensor, and 32 gigabyte RAM and 3 gigabyte RAM on that one, with a slightly bigger battery, but the display is also bigger, and same sequence. So that's the whole Idol 4. We really hope it will be able to demonstrate how it boosts reality through all the features we brought, through the boom key, and that VR in the box experience. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Ben. We'll be available in a few minutes to chat with you and to answer your questions, so don't hesitate. We have a few partners with us today that will present various aspects of the Idol 4. So let's begin with what makes the phone work. Let's begin with the chip and the processors. Please welcome Magnus Felke from Qualcomm. Magnus is a global partner and marketing senior director of Qualcomm. So, from the Qualcomm perspective, what do you consider exciting about our new Alcatel Idol 4 and 4S smartphones?
Well, Pierre, first of all, thank you very much for having me here tonight in Barcelona. And On behalf of everyone at Qualcomm, I just want to congratulate the Alcatel team to the launch of the Idol 4 and the Idol 4S, which are very exciting devices. It's always great for us to see such richly featured devices being launched, and I truly believe consumers will love these.
I'm sure they will. Well, you convinced me already. Okay, we are very happy to welcome you actually. Thank you for coming from San Diego, I mean all the way through. So Alcatel's Idol 4 and 4S feature high-end Qualcomm Snapdragon 617 and 662 processors. So what is special about it and what consumers can expect to experience with these devices?
Yes, Pierre, that's a great question. The Idol 4 features the Snapdragon 617 processor, and the Idol 4S features the Snapdragon 652 processor. Both very highly capable processors, and those will allow consumers to do things like game console quality 3D gaming, or advanced photography, as Dan was mentioning earlier, enhanced and very advanced videography. And then also home theater quality audio that you get with those processors.
Well, many good things. Like if I want to play a game, like this processor will enable a very good console game.
You'll have an amazing experience.
Nice. Okay, well I want to taste that for sure.
You need to.
And one of the consumers' expectations was to have a faster connectivity. So will those processors enable higher connectivity speeds?
Absolutely, Pierre. That's actually a very good question. Connectivity is incredibly important in a phone, obviously. And the Idol 4 and Idol 4S feature the X8 LTE modem, as well as 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. Both of those will give consumers very fast upload speeds, very fast download speeds, of course, and then really allow them to share content in a very fast way, faster than they're probably used to.
So you get very fast downloading.
Very fast. And then even probably equally important with those connectivity features, we enable those without draining your battery. So you can really enjoy all-day battery life with your phone. And speaking about battery life, another very exciting feature about the Idol 4 and Idol 4S is other displays. And what those displays enable is excellent readability, even in bright sunlight, as you had today here in Barcelona, for example. And they also give you great viewability from different viewing angles as you look at the display. And those are features that are enabled by Qualcomm's assertive display technology.
Very nice. And could you tell us a few words about Qualcomm and Alcatel? Because I know from last year that it's like kind of a long relationship. And can you tell us what the future will be between the two companies?
Yeah, it's a good point. Qualcomm and Alcatel have a great relationship, and it's really built on a joint vision of delivering the best consumer experiences to consumers in a smartphone. And the companies have worked together for a long time, and I envision us to do so over the next couple of years, of course. And as evidenced today, really, with the launch of the Idol 4 and 4S with the Snapdragon 617 and Snapdragon 652 processors. So I'm very excited about that.
Very nice. Well, thank you for your overview, and well, you'll be able to talk to him also in a few minutes.
Definitely, I'll definitely be available for questions, and thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you very much, Magnus. Thank you. So, we talked about the processors, now let's talk about the sound. So please welcome on stage Andrew Till from JBL. Andrew Till. Hi, welcome. He's a VP Technology from JBL. So, can you tell me a little bit more about JBL?
Absolutely. So for anyone who doesn't know JBL, we are a 6 or 7 year old company. Long history of innovation in the audio space. We're a highly trusted brand by bands like Maroon 5, legendary artists like Paul McCartney, venues that really matter like the Sydney Opera House, all the way through to high-performance sports brands like Ferrari, where you'll find JBL as standard in all their cars. So we're long-term in this game.
Wow. If Paul McCartney is like JBL, I think it must be good, I would say. What does JBL deliver for the end user?
So I think when an end user sees the JBL brand, they know first and foremost this is a brand about quality. It's a brand about innovation. It's a brand about bringing the best in sound experiences that possible. So when they see that brand on the Alcatel box and the Alcatel product, they know they're going to have a great sound experience.
Nice. And how will JBL differentiate Idol 4?
So there are a few things that we've done particularly for this product, and especially with the J22 headsets. One area we focused on is the boost and the bass experience, so that when you're listening to music, it is truly immersive and it's very engaging. We know that the basses, particularly those range of frequencies, enable you to connect emotionally with the audio. So we think that is something that consumers are absolutely going to love. Another area is in the cord on the headsets. There's a microphone, and again we think for anyone on a call receiving that audio, they will have again a tremendously powerful experience. Very clear, very sharp.
Very nice. And do you have any final words to describe the partnership you have also with Alcatel? And how do you see the future of the two of you?
Absolutely. So again, we started the partnership with the Idol 3. We've been delighted to be part of that journey and to see the way that Alcatel has been able to really forge ahead in the marketplace. With Idol 4, I think you're again seeing some great innovation between the two companies. And as we move forward, we see this very much as the start of the journey. We have a lot of exciting technology that we're looking forward to seeing in future Alcatel products.
Well, thank you very much for your input, and I will see you very soon in a few minutes. Thank you, Andrew.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
So, up to now, we have a great overview of the new Idol 4 with the microchips and processor, and now with the sound. Let's now talk about the launch strategy. And please welcome on stage the President of International Business, Mr. Nicolas Zibel.
Hello, good afternoon. Very happy to be here. I'd like to welcome you all, and I'm going to tell you a few things. Alcatel has set a strong momentum last year. Let me give you a few numbers. We've been growing tremendously in Europe. Everybody's talking about Europe coming down. We've grown more than 30%. We've grown in global sales around 14%. Our devices, our smart devices, we've been growing around 20%. We became one of the top players in the mobile space in smart devices. And most strikingly, in a market that everybody here describes as a sluggish and declining market, the tablet market, we grew more than 240%. So you might say we're coming from a low level. Actually, we're going to probably become number 5 or number 6 end of 2015, and we are on a very strong journey to become a solid player in the tablet market. So overall, a great year of performance and growth. We became globally the number 5 handset manufacturer worldwide, with very strong positions in Latin America, strong positions in North America, and a very strong momentum now in the Middle East Africa region. So overall, 2015 has been a very good year for us, and we are on a good trend to continue this growth. Idol 3, as Dan mentioned, has been a great device for us. It didn't only win design awards across the planet, it also helped us set the ground to address the mid-range market. We got tons of very good feedback from you guys, but also very good feedback from our customers, our consumers, and it helped us set the stage for the Idol 4. If you remember, Idol 3, here a year ago, I mentioned this was going to be our first global launch, and after 1 year, we took 2% of the segment of $200 to $400. This is probably one of the most competitive segments. We've been able to grab it with a very clear approach and very clear message around the Idol 3. If you remember, the Idol 3 was introduced as the first reversible device, and it proved to be very effective at the point of sale and with our consumers, very good acceptance. But today, it's not only a new product that we're launching. It's not only a new logo. It's actually a new company, a new marketing approach, We have new teams, we have renewed, we have spent most of the year last year to re-engineer the teams, and more importantly, we have signed multiple new partnerships across the globe to make our presence much, much stronger than it used to be, and especially in the mid-range. So let's talk about Idol 4. Idol 4 is going to be our most aggressive, most ambitious launch ever. We're going to launch in around 50 countries over the next 3 months, when the device is going to be starting to ship as early as April. We're going to gain market share and presence across advanced markets, North America obviously, Western Europe, but also Korea and Japan. The device will start shipping in April. It will be shipping across the globe, and over a period of 3 months, we're going to be launching it across 50 different countries. Already today, 3 months before the launch, we have more than 50 partners who have signed up to the device. These are retail partners, these are carrier partners, but we're also going to have multiple partnerships online. And we're going to have a very aggressive e-commerce approach across all of our multiple e-commerce platforms that we have. So, what is the offering on the Idol 4? The Idol 4, as Dan mentioned, is going to be available in 2 sizes. The Idol 4 with a 5.2 Full HD display IPS, and the Idol 4S with a 5.5, with a 5.5 QHD AMOLED display. Because of the different regions and the different markets that we're going to approach, and some markets will change a little bit the configuration, we're going to launch globally with 4 different configurations. We're going to play on the memory in some cases, we're going to play on the VR box in some other cases, but overall it's going to be 4 configurations across the globe. And we're going to be launching it from day 1 with 4 different color variants. A gold, beautiful gold, a dark gray, a rose gold, and a metal silver. If you look at the device, you will see it's extremely well executed, because actually the back cover of the device remains with the same color, and what changes is the metal frame. It makes it extremely elegant. But as you know, the device will also ship with a fantastic VR box. It will ship, as Dan mentioned, with a flip cover and those fantastic JBL headsets. Our ambition is to gain 5% of the 200 to 400 segment across the globe. So, one of the reasons we believe it's going to be extremely appealing to sell this device is because on the point of sale, this will create fantastic opportunities for the retailers, for those who are dealing every day with the consumers, to actually demonstrate what virtual reality is all about. Because it's in the box, it's the device itself that is the promotional material. And this is a great innovation at retail. This will create fantastic interaction capabilities. So you will see, from the smaller shop to the major retailers, the possibility to actually engage the consumer in a different way. So I'm very, very excited with this opportunity. So basically, we're going to grow in that segment because we strongly believe that we're offering multiple elements here. We have a very strong product, a much better product than we had not only a year ago, but I believe also a stronger product than many of our competitors. We're offering a true VR experience, not only for the consumer, but also for the retailer or for the operator to actually be able to engage with this customer in a different way. We're going to have a very strong marketing launch, and we're going to focus many of our resources not only on traditional media, but also very much into engaging the consumer at the point of sale and in digital. And over the last year, as I mentioned at the beginning of my presentation, we're going to talk with very strong partners that we've been able to actually get on board this new project with us. This will enable us to grow in multiple regions and multiple markets. As a conclusion, our ambition as a company is to become the #5 smartphone vendor and tablet vendor by the end of this year. We'll go across multiple regions to grow. We've been growing, as I mentioned, across the globe. But today, we're only disclosing one product. What I can tell you is that over the next 3 months, our entire lineup is going to be renewed, from the entry price point all the way up to our mid to high range. And we're going to renew and launch multiple products across the globe for the next 3 months. And with this completely renewed approach, new brand, new team, and new product lineup, we are going to be extremely ambitious, and we are going to grow, and hopefully we will attain this target. I'll give you actually, in 1 year, let's meet again, and let's see if we've achieved this target. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nicolas. Well, I'm sure you all want to grab the phone, to touch it, to feel it, to hear it. But before that, let me host again Dan. I think he's got a special announcement to do.
It's not one more thing, it's one more device that I want to talk to you about. And I think this one, by the way, has not leaked on the internet, so that's probably one you don't know about. It's actually not only a new device, this is a new category for us. It's the two-in-one category. As Nicolas mentioned, we have been growing extremely fast this year everywhere around the world in tablet business. But what we see as well is that this two-in-one segment is growing, and is growing fast as well. It's growing because there is this increasing demand for multi-purpose device, and especially with that large form factor. So, as this is our mission to democratize innovation, to bring it to mass market, this is exactly what we are doing with the Plus 10. Plus 10 is this new device, this new category, and we believe this is a little bit probably the future of what a laptop could be. So what it is? It's a Windows 10 desktop Wi-Fi tablet with a keyboard. But that keyboard is actually a 4G keyboard. This is the keyboard which holds the SIM card, which holds the cellular connectivity. And they work together to deliver a full desktop experience. So this is the device that I have here. I try to do that with 2 hands. So as you can see, you can open it, and you have a trackpad, a keyboard, and the tablet itself. It's very good for work. It comes with Windows 10, it comes with Office 365, it's powered with an Intel chipset. Very powerful device. It's also packed with connectivity. So as I mentioned, the keyboard itself is 4G. And of course it provides a cellular connectivity to the tablet, to the flip part of it, but it also serves as a hotspot. So you can connect your other devices to that 4G connection. Speaking of connectivity, we wanted to really bring the maximum possible on that device, on the Plus 10. We brought micro USB and micro HDMI. With micro HDMI, you can directly connect it to a projector or to a screen. But we also brought on top of the micro USB, a regular USB, a standard USB, so that you can connect directly a hard disk, a USB key, or a mouse. So basically this is already a laptop, and you can turn it into a desktop without any accessory or interface, just by connecting a mouse, a hard disk, and a display. We thought a lot about the power consumption for a device like this and how much you can enjoy it. So we took the opportunity of the 2 parts of it to pack 2 batteries inside. And almost 6,000 milliampere on the tablet and almost 3,000 milliampere on the keyboard. It guarantees you an uninterrupted full day of usage. And still it's very light. It's actually 40% lighter than a laptop. It's also far more compact in its category if we benchmark it against competition. So it's great for work, it's great as a laptop, but actually it does other things. Because of the versatility of the design, you can turn upside down this display and you have two speakers facing you and delivering you a 3D audio for a full cinema experience without having the keyboard or anything on the way. So it's very good for entertainment as well. At the end of the day, and to finish for this device, for this new category, what we offer is really three devices. A media consumption one, a laptop, and a tablet. All Windows 10, all with the best performance of power, of battery, and all that for 379 euros. So I hope we're going to be successful with this new category, with this new product, and I wanted really to take the opportunity of having you here today to announce you that device that probably you were not aware of. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, Dan, Nicolas, Magnus, and Andrew will be available very soon to talk about the Idol 4 and this tablet. So basically there are two poles here and a few attractions where you can leave your virtual presence. And well, in the name of all the organizers, I would like to really thank you again for attending this new Idol 4 launch. And you're very welcome to have a drink now. And we wish you a very pleasant evening. Thank you very much.